everyone, welcome back. I've missed you guys. My name is Tiana. You can call me T, Love T, or Tiana. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is titled, Are You Really Ready for Microlocs slash Sisterlocks? Are you ready for this? Okay. And I just want to give my opinion. So if you want to listen further, and we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so over the months of me having Microlocs and Sisterlocks, I come across many people who literally adore the style. They love it, they think it's gorgeous, and others who kind of like think it's cute, thinks it's aesthetically pleasing, but also question whether or not do you take it out. Just questions that, people who are new to this journey may not know. And the questions sometimes are alarming because it shows me that you think of this as a temporary style instead of a lifestyle. This is what I deem as a lifestyle. I don't plan on taking these out. I plan on keeping these in for the rest of my life, okay? If I manage to do that, kudos to me, my future self. But if I don't, then I'm going to try to keep these in for the longest time I can, because this is a lifestyle for me. This is not a style. And I think it's important to ask yourself the question, are you really ready for Microlocs and Sisterlocks? What does this mean for you? Is this temporary, or is this something that you really doing because you want to embrace your hair texture? So this is a very important question before you go proceed with this install, not only because it's expensive, but because these are locks. They're meant to really mimic your hair and stay in for they're locks. They're supposed to lock, so eventually you're not going to be able to take them out. I just want to stress this because I saw a short on YouTube, and it was a guy reacting to a woman relaxing her edges, and she had on traditional locks. She literally mixed up some chemicals. And I try not to be judgmental because I once was this way, where I didn't have the proper knowledge to understand that putting chemicals on your scalp that damn near burn your scalp off if you're not careful is not good. So I try not to come from a judgmental place and more of an empathetic one, but it's so hard to do that sometimes when you know the freedom that comes along with not having to worry about touching up the roots every 6 to 8 weeks. So, off topic, but I saw that she was relaxing her edges, and the guy in the reaction video was just like, I can tell at this point this is sort of more like an aesthetically pleasing style. This is definitely temporary. This is a trend for you guys, and fine, do what you want to do with your hair, but know that this is a spiritual journey. Know that this is a journey that embraces one's Afro descent, Caribbean descent, Black descent. Okay, this is not a game, and it's not I feel a little bit like taken back, and low-key I feel like we're going backwards every time we take a step forward into embracing our own. So it was alarming, and I felt like I should come on here and tell you guys this is a question that you need to ask yourself before getting Microlocs or Sisterlocks. As I said before in the last video, this is a spiritual journey. This is a journey in which to embark, where you want to embrace your own texture and embrace the freedom of not having to manipulate, and embrace the beauty of the growth. in which your locks grow, right? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So I don't think I have anything else to say. I will insert one of those little icons here about the reasons why you should get Microlocs, and I put some really valid reasons on that video, and I feel like you should watch that and keep doing research before you go full force into this style. One, it's expensive. Two, it could be detrimental if you don't take care of it properly. And three, please don't relax your edges, y'all. Edges, slicked edges is not what we as black people, that's not something that is a part of our phenotype, our genetic. Slick, sleek, pressed, hot combed, this is all forms of manipulation. It would have been fine if it was a style in which we could just embrace our hair texture without having to go through burns and boils on the scalp due to relaxers, having to deal with excessive breakage because we don't know how to detangle due to just lack of knowledge, and so many other contributing factors, you know. Gosh, I lost my train of thought. But my point being that manipulating is what's causing, over manipulation is what's causing hair breakage and damage, and sometimes irreversible trauma to the scalp, to the hair that you can't come back from due to trying to fit and appease to this aesthetic of closer to European. That's not us. That's not we. We are us. We are different. We are not white. And that is that. Okay? We complain about how other women, races of women, try to be like us with the lip fillers and the big butts, but we wear European hair too, so you can't just argue, you know what I mean? It seems to me like everybody wants a piece of certain races and certain aesthetics, not necessarily the whole thing. Because if you truly embrace yourself, you wouldn't have a problem with wearing your natural hair along with your big lips and big butt. Okay? So you can't just say, oh, white people, they do this, they want to be us, but you so literally take a needle and thread, sew on another person's hair. And this is no shade, but you have to understand, it's the hypocrisy. Like, you can't say one thing and then do another, you know what I mean? So you have to just be cautious of that, okay? Embrace who you are, what God gave you, because God gave you these things for a reason. Don't think you just came on this earth for nothing. You have a purpose. You, out of all the little eggs and sperm, the sperm that was supposed to reach that egg, it was you who made it to that egg and made a wonderful creation, which is you. You know how many sperms were trying to fight to get to that egg, but you did it. That was you. That was your spirit, and you immediately, you were life at that moment, and you had a purpose at that moment. You were sent on this earth at that moment. And this is why I say this is a spiritual journey, because having embraced yourself fully will bring out a certain confidence in you when you are unapologetically you, walking in your own path, not caring about what anybody else thinks. the energy and that vibration of confidence is so strong that it makes others want to do the same. Not copycat you, but want to embrace their own. And that is powerful. If you could change someone else's thinking, or even sway them or persuade them into a right direction, that literally is changing the world single-handedly. And imagine if everyone did that. Imagine if everyone walked unapologetically in that path and confidently and vibrated so highly in that path. Imagine where we could go. Imagine the things that we could achieve. Not caring about what any other person says, not following the trends that supposedly will. I'm not saying it's nothing necessarily wrong with following trends, but don't get too caught up in what others are doing and lose your sense of individuality. You understand? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, this is your hair, okay? Remember, no one else can look like you. No one else can dance like you. No one else can be you. Because guess what? You are you. Okay? So, think about why you want Microlocs / Sisterlocks. Think about it before you actually go through with it. Peace and blessings, guys. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Ciao.